Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, we've done a lot of religious videos, and I think it would be an injustice to just only do one because I want to learn. There's this whole multitude of religions out there, and I'm trying to figure out which one I belong to. I can look at them and see what it was like for the people back in that time. And I've been watching a lot of H3H3 podcasts, and Trisha has been talking and she's been posting a lot about the Jewish people. And I've been getting very interested in. I remember talking to a guy on Omegle just randomly, and he told me what his religion was, and we had a very interesting conversation. And I never looked into some of the stuff he said, and someone actually requested me to do this video a while back, but I never got to do it. So today, I'm doing it. So let's check it out. This is an open door Jewish rescue in the Philippines. Don't know what that means, um, but let's check it out. Hey, you guys, before we start this video, this is a quick ad to let you know how to support the channel. If you check in the description bar down below, there's a link to my Patreon where you become a Patreon and you can see all the perks that we have on Patreon. You can check us out on PayPal. When you donate through PayPal, you can leave a text or a link to whatever video you want, and that video is done immediately. And also, I just got accepted into getting the YouTube join button. So if you want to join us on YouTube as well, you can definitely do that. By doing these type of things, you actually help support the channel and keep the channel alive, and also help us from the enemy, which is copyright, especially in the type of videos that we do. Copyright is something that we get bombarded by a lot, so doing these type of things definitely does help. And also just subscribing as well is a big plus. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back into the video. This is so interesting because I just recently watched a Holocaust documentary with my sister, maybe around last week, and it was this lady. Oh my god, I forgot her name. What's her name? I forgot her name. She survived with her twin sister, and her story was very incredible. While she tried to um, raise awareness for those who were lost and who survived. And she had a speech where she said, "It's so easy for us to forget." Just very incredible.
We would go to the park nearby, and we would, by the time we were 5, we would see benches that would say, "Dogs and Jews not allowed."
Oh, whoa, so they faced the same type of treatment that the African Americans faced in America. Wow. Honestly, I didn't know much about the Holocaust because it's going to sound very uneducated, but because of where I was from the Caribbean, very small island, I didn't even know about the World War, to be honest. And I still don't know why it started. But when you're so far away from that, I think the Caribbean, you're very sheltered as to what's going on in the rest of the world. So I never heard about it. No one ever spoke about it. I never saw it on the TV. They never taught us in school. So I was very ignorant as to what happened in the Holocaust, the World War. I didn't even know they had two. I didn't even know they even had one. I didn't even know they even had a war. Well, I mean, I do know that they had a war between France and England when they tried to take over our country. But I didn't take that as a war. I just took it as colonizing. Let's continue.
and couldn't quite understand what all this was about.
When Hitler came to power in 1933, I was 2 years old. And my father, being the chairman of the Socialist Party in Cologne, which was one of the two parties that opposed the Nazis, the Communist Party being the other one, was accused by the Nazis of having murdered 2 Nazis.
In my mind, concentration camp, I knew it was a terrible place and we would most likely be killed there. So it was fear, terrific fear. And so we started hiding.
We were told that there was basically a man in government who was an anti-Semite and who was very antagonistic towards the Jews.
This just shows the heart of certain people, and it makes life very scary because you don't know you don't know the people around you and what they're really like in here, because what they show here is different than what is in there. What is in there, mainly what's in there, not in there, there's nothing in there, but what is in there, you don't know what's going on in there. Just shows you how evil a certain group of people could be.
Take the train home, and very often there were kids waiting for us, older kids, as we came out of the train station, and they started running after us 8 kids and throwing stones at us and calling us dirty Jews.
What the hell?
So I became a very fast runner.
In 1937, a group of Nazis came to the door with a German Shepherd and wanted to see about the Jewish books. And my dad had quite a library. The dog frightened me terribly. It was a big police dog. And they took the books. There were a fair amount of Jews living in that apartment house. They took all these books, took them into the backyard of the apartment building, and there was a whole pyre that was built and basically burned all those books.
Wow. Let's go outside.
They took the German citizenship away from my mother, my father, and myself. So now we were stateless.
What?
My dad was arrested and was arrested in the Breslau Town Hall. My mother told me that, told my brother and I that my dad was away on a trip, on a business trip. Really never divulged that he had been arrested, and but cried bitterly, and we couldn't understand why she was crying.
My father was told by the Nazis that he had to get rid of all his houses. He could only take 100 marks out.
With the
Wow.
implementation of the Nuremberg laws and depriving all German Jews of their German citizenship, this that enabled then the government to confiscate businesses, to confiscate homes, to appropriate all their assets. It was not a physical extermination, but it was a social annihilation, because it annihilated their place in the social fabric of German society and treated them as non gratis, as foreign enemies living amongst society.
Wow.
My father's family left Germany in 1939, so it was late. And in fact, my father's uncle, Walter, with whom he was very close, was actually taken by the Nazis and killed in a concentration camp.
So yeah, guys, this was the end of part 1. I'm gonna do this as a 2-part series because it's quite lengthy. This is really sad that they went through similarly the same thing that African Americans went through. When I mean African Americans went, we're not gonna compare the two. Um, they just went through quite a lot, and it's so weird. Like I said, it shows you what's in there, what people are really capable of. Can someone leave me links and articles so that I could learn more about this? I really don't know anything about this. I'm being dead serious. I really don't know anything about this. I didn't know nothing about Jews. I didn't know nothing. Absolutely nothing. No particular. Nothing. So if you guys want to leave me links and stuff like that, definitely do. The comment section down below. Or if you want to even educate me on stuff that has happened. If you are a child of a survivor of the Holocaust, I'd love to talk to you as well. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check us out on our links in the description bar down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. What the fuck?